If you pay any attention to the independent film space right now, you know that the YouTube to Hollywood pipeline is wide open. If you're a guy. We have Curry Barker turning a micro-budget indie short into a massive focus features theatrical deal. We have Markiplier directing and starring in Iron Lung. We have Kane Parsons, who turned his viral Backrooms web series into a full-blown A24 movie deal at just 20 years old. And look, I am genuinely happy for them. The hustle is real, the execution is brilliant, and the talent is undeniable. But in the back of my mind, as a filmmaker myself, I can't stop asking the exact same question. Where are the indie girlies? I know for a fact they exist. I know they are grinding on this platform, putting out incredible narrative work and pulling numbers. So where are the multi-million-dollar studio deals for their original stories? Why aren't the gatekeepers handing them the same keys to the cinema? If you're new here, hi, my name is Camille Hugh, and I am a writer, director, producer, and performer. And under my company, Sittin' Pretty Productions, I specialize in romantic dramedies where Black women actually get their hard-earned happily ever afters. I make movies about the messy, complicated, and beautifully uncomfortable realities of adult connections, platonic and romantic. Because real love requires people to drop the act and to be authentic. On this channel, we strip away the Hollywood glamorous facade to look at the raw reality of the independent film industry. We dissect genre tropes, analyze marketing mechanics, and look at what it actually takes to pull a movie across the finish line independently. So if you love filmmaking, storytelling, romantic comedies, and romantic dramedies, or you just want to see how the sausage gets made, hit that subscribe button. Now, when we look for the historical blueprints of women who successfully use the internet to bypass traditional Hollywood gatekeepers, we usually have to look backward. Way back. We had Issa Rae blazing an absolute trail with awkward Black girl to build her own media empire. We had Abby and Alana turning the Broad City web series into a massive Comedy Central staple. And we even had Lena Dunham uploading mumblecore indie shorts straight to YouTube to hone her directorial voice before making tiny furniture and girls. But you notice something about that lineup? Wait, not to say they're old, but you know, we're the new folks. Those people have all graduated, moved on to premium television networks, or gone quiet on the internet's grassroots fronts. Yes, Issa Rae recently launched a vertical microdrama series, which is amazing, but let's be real. Vertical formats on a phone screen are a completely different beast than landing a wide global theatrical release. So who is filling the gap right now? Well, before we dive into the current class of female creators fighting the algorithm, we have to pause for a quick word from our sponsor, which is me. Because if Hollywood isn't handing out the multi-million-dollar development deals to the girlies, we have to fund and scale our own empires, right? First up, if you want to see what a completely self-funded, independent romantic dramedy looks like when it isn't watered down by a studio boys club, I need you to head over to sittinpretty.com/screenings. It's a sign-up page so you can be the absolute first to know when and where my feature films are playing. There's no spam, no fluff, just pure indie cinema updates. While you're there, if you want to donate some dollars to my new feature film, Squad Goals, which is currently in post-production, you can hit that donate button right on that very page. But maybe you aren't just a viewer. Maybe you're a creator trying to figure out how to scale. Maybe you're an author trying to figure out how to adapt your book into a tight, producible script. Maybe you're a high-end content creator trying to elevate your cinematography, or an indie filmmaker trying to figure out how to stretch a micro budget without making your movie look cheap. If you're tired of watching generic, watered-down tutorials and want real, unfiltered, battle-tested advice from someone who has actually written, directed, and produced 2 independent feature films from scratch, let's talk. Head over to sitandpretty.com/consulting. I offer one-on-one consulting services where we can map out your script, fix your production logistics, secure your tone, or finalize your distribution strategy. Okay, end of commercial. Let's get back to the video. So, back to the thesis. You might be screaming at your screen right now, Camille, well, what about Yulin Kwong, Anna Akana, Hazel Hayes? They're making things. And yes, they are incredible. They have spent years writing, directing, and producing highly polished, incredibly sharp narrative short films and web series right here on YouTube. Yulin Kwong's internet grind was so undeniable that she is now attached to direct the massive feature film adaptation of Emily Henry's Beach Read. And I love that for her. But there is the massive caveat. And this is the exact glass ceiling we need to address. Beach Read is an adaptation of an existing best-selling studio IP. There's no risk there, or very, very little risk there. The guys I mentioned at the top of this video, the Curry Barkers and the Kane Parsonses of the world, they're getting blank checks from studios to write, direct, and release their own original ideas in theaters. Women on YouTube are either getting digital streaming deals, short-form TV deals, or being hired to direct someone else's script. They're rarely getting the theatrical auteur treatment for their own original screenplays. And it makes absolutely no sense because the level of writing and creative hustle happening on the female side of the internet right now is top tier. I mean, women aren't just writing and making incredible original content online. They're completely redefining indie marketing. Take Grace Ryder, or is it Raider? Sorry, Grace. She co-wrote, produced, and starred in an indie short film called Spooners. Very good film. But what she did to market it was absolute genius. She and her creative partners manufactured a completely fake press tour. They spoofed the Variety Actors on Actors series and the Wired autocomplete interviews. It was hyper-focused, meta, beautifully written, and it went massively viral. I mean, it was so good, I would just go back to watch these press junkets, fake press tour videos, and I think all of them combined was even longer than the short film itself. Now, she didn't have a multi-million-dollar studio PR machine. She manufactured her own organic reach through sharp comedic writing and an innate understanding of internet culture. Grace frequently collaborates with Julia Descesar, if I'm butchering her name, sorry, but she's another brilliant writer and director who completely took over the platform with her highly produced, impeccably styled every episode of Sex and the City parodies. Because traditional Hollywood isn't handing out deals, these women are building their own comedy ecosystems. They direct, write, and crew for each other's projects. They're building their own networks from scratch because the industry isn't building a net for them. If they can conceptualize, write, and independently market a project that rivals a studio's organic reach, where are the development executives knocking down their doors? Now, I don't know if they have a feature film in the pipeline ready to go, and if they do, and the development people have done this and I'm just not aware, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But the truth is, there is a massive, frustrating double standard when it comes to who gets the grace and the budget to develop their original ideas. When a guy makes a viral concept video or a spooky short film, Hollywood stands up, applauds, and hands them a development team to flesh out a feature. They don't have to come ready with the 20th draft of a feature film. But look at what happens when women bypass the shorts entirely and just make the actual movie. The glass ceiling is still there. Look at Eliana again. She built a massive audience online, and instead of waiting for Hollywood to give her permission, she, like me, went out and made her film, Christmas Cowboy. It's a full-length, character-driven romantic comedy feature. She proved she can put a feature film together, handle the logistics, and command an audience. But where's her massive theatrical distribution deal? Where's the blank check from Focus Features for her next original script? Women are forced to self-fund and prove their ROI over and over and over again. They have to make the whole damn movie just to get a seat at the table, while the guys are handed the keys to the cinema based on a YouTube short. It's a blatant double standard. So, why is this happening? Why aren't women getting the Curry Barker treatment for their original scripts? I have 3 core theories. And mind you, these are just theories, so don't come for me in the comment section. Although, I love to hear your comments, even if you don't agree with me. So do feel free to go to the comment section and leave a comment and your thoughts, but don't come for me, okay? First, the horror bias. Horror is historically cheap to produce and highly profitable. High concept scares sell tickets without needing star power. Romantic comedies and dramedies, those are genres historically championed and elevated by women, they rely heavily on human chemistry, stellar dialogue, and character arcs. Studios view that as a riskier financial investment for an untested internet director than a monster in a dark room. Second, the algorithm trap. YouTube's backend algorithm heavily rewards and categorizes male creators in the tech, gaming, and VFX spaces as filmmakers. Conversely, it aggressively pushes female creators into lifestyle, blogging, and beauty niches. Female narrative filmmakers are fighting a system that doesn't even know how to categorize their work, making them invisible to scanning executives. And third, the boy genius myth. Hollywood loves a romantic narrative of the young male rogue auteur worth $1 million, multi-million-dollar gamble. Women, however, are rarely granted the luxury of being a gamble. We're forced to prove our ROI over and over again through shorts, festival circuits, and self-funded features before a studio will even trust us with the keys to the lobby. The indie film space is supposed to be where we break the rules, bypass the gatekeepers, and democratize storytelling. But right now, it feels like we're just recreating the same old Hollywood boys club on a different server. I want to use this channel to change that and give shine to the women actually doing the heavy lifting. So I'm turning this over to you. Who are the female narrative creators, writers, and directors making original work on YouTube that we need to be watching? Drop their names, link their series in the comments, and let's build our own directory. Keep supporting indie film, keep supporting the girlies, and until next time, bye.